Hello, welcome to this week's edition of the Side Splitters. My name is Lyle,
And my name is the Baby New Year Andy.
and we are back. It's 2018. We're back. It's a fresh start, Andy. New year, new podcast, right?
It's probably the same old, but I like to think that it could be new.
Right. So maybe we'll actually hit every week this year.
I do not count on that, but I will definitely try.
Yeah, we'll see. But you have a good holiday?
Oh yeah, the best. Lots of new faces to spend it with. I spent the holidays like I've never spent it before, and it was fun.
Yeah, that sounds great. So we kind of had a bit of a New Year's episode that we were going to do, and this is kind of it. I mean, we decided we're just going to try to make it a traditional Side Splitters episode, and we'll go over. We're not going to do it this week in gaming history. Instead, we're going to do a what we look forward to the most in 2018. So other than that, we're going to have clickbait news. Since it's been so friggin' long, I decided to give you an extra large clickbait news this week, Andy.
Fantastic.
And it's going to be an all Florida edition.
Ooh, I'm gonna have fun with this one. So
So
much name fodder probably to come out of it.
it's like you know what I look for now. So I have all Florida clickbait news. There's 5 stories instead of 3. We have what we're looking forward to in 2018. We're going to do some playoff predictions for football and Super Bowl predictions and all that. And that's pretty much the whole show.
Let's just dive right in then.
Let's just dive right in with clickbait news. Here we go.
Okay.
Well, do you want to go to Florida, or Florida?
Oh, South Florida.
Oh God, you put me on the spot. How about we start with the nickname one?
Okay.
Okay, because the nickname is specifically in the article, like in the headline for the article.
Okay.
Um, and I won't mention that, but basically, I need you to tell me why a homeless cat burglar broke a window at a Harbor Beach pet hospital.
Oh, 'cause it reflected what he looked like, and he had really gone to hell over the last couple of months.
No.
Oh,
Actually, it doesn't say why in the title. It does say, however, homeless cat burglar Sand Flea Jesus
okay. That is a fantastic name.
breaks window at Indian Harbor Beach Hospital. Long-haired homeless man nicknamed Sand Flea Jesus stuffed a feline named Flounder into a bag and swiped him
What?
from Aloha Pet and Bird Hospital last month. Then the suspected cat burglar returned Tuesday night barefoot and wearing multicolored yoga pants. And hold on, there we are. Where was I? Uh, returned with barefoot and multicolored yoga pants and unsuccessfully tried to enter the cat adoption room. Security video shows. He is setting everything free. This is his thing. He goes down to the beach. He tries to dump people's bait buckets out to put the fish back into the ocean, and it's just it's just a problem. Said Nina Scrage.
Scrage?
Yeah, Schrage.
Wow.
Scrage, right? Yeah. Nina
Yeah.
Scrage, Aloha Pet and Bird Hospital desk manager. This is desk manager of the hospital here. Cuts people fishing lines when they're fishing. That's what I heard. Trying to unhook dogs at the dog beach from their leashes so they can be set free. So his thing is setting animals free. They shouldn't be chained, caged, or whatever, but he's not firing on all pistons, she said. On Tuesday, after workers told Sand Flea Jesus to leave, he walked outside and shattered a hurricane-resistant window, possibly using a hammer. Oh, this is long. Oh, we're almost done. I never thought he would do that, though. I never thought he would do that, Scrage said, gesturing at the broken window, blah, blah, blah. I never seen him as a violent person. He's very soft-spoken. The suspect fled westbound on foot after the 7:40 p.m. incident at the beachside pet facility.
Okay.
That's a weird word. EAU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Police searched the area with negative results. Well, he's Jesus. Of course you're not going to find him. It was about $1,200 in damages. Described the suspect as a dirty, unkempt, thin man wearing a beard and long blonde hair with multicolored yoga pants, who declared all animals should be free and not trapped. Drew a $300 reward for the return of Flounder the cat.
Which is probably still stuffed down the front of his pants. Like, I think that he thinks he's a mother kangaroo, but I don't think he realizes that that's not a baby kangaroo.
Yeah. They don't really have pictures of them. They have, like, very, very poor pictures of them. But that's pretty much it. Sand flea
Hey,
Jesus.
man, animals deserve to be free.
Yeah. Can you imagine what that guy smells like?
No, I'd imagine it would probably be half of it would smell like flounder.
Yes.
Either fish or cat.
Yeah, I was gonna say the cat or. That's funny.
Neither one of it is actually pleasant. Could you imagine if he tried to free a police horse while the cop was sitting on it?
I could imagine that actually.
Run, be free, man. Sir.
So next story, Andy. Can you tell me what happened to the woman that got charged with a DUI while on horseback?
Oh wow, yeah, that's a really good segue.
That's funny.
Amazing. What happened to the woman?
What was the repercussions of being charged with a DUI on a horseback, specifically on horseback?
She fell off the horse and went the way of Superman.
No. They declared the woman unfit to care for the horse, but did allow her supervised visits.
They impounded the horse?
Yes.
How do you impound a horse?
They declared the woman unfit to take care of her. Of the horse. I don't know the horse's gender. Let me not assume the horse's gender. That's not very PC of me.
Do not assume the horse's gender.
So, Lakeland, Florida, a Polk County judge has ruled the Polk City woman charged with DUI on a horse can have... This is horribly written. I'm going to read it exactly what it appears as. A Polk County judge has ruled the Polk City woman charged with DUI on a horse can have supervised visits.
I was going to say, you can have super visits. It's not just visiting. She gets to care for it and feed it and bathe it. No, this is a super visit.
She didn't do any of that. That's why she can't have regular visits. Donna Byrne, 53, was arrested on November 2nd for riding a horse named Bo Duke in the roadway.
Duke.
I'm telling you, man, the names are... in the roadway on Comby Road near North Crystal Lake Road. Deputies said Byrne smelled like alcohol, had watery, bloodshot eyes, and was staggering when they arrived in the area. She was arrested for DUI and charged with animal neglect by putting Bo Duke in jeopardy of being injured or killed. Byrne blew a .157 and .161 BAC, a breath alcohol level of .08 is the legal limit in Florida. Polk County Sheriff Animal Control seized the horse and transported it to their livestock facility. That sounds comforting. According to court documents, Byrne has temporarily been ruled unfit to care for Bo Duke, but has, quote, love and admiration for the horse. With those come hither nostrils. The judge ruled that aside from riding the horse while intoxicated, Byrne had provided proper care for the horse. Based on that, the judge will allow Bo Duke to be turned over to Paul or Clyde Fussell for temporary care. Are they not going to tell us who they are?
No.
Okay. Byrne must also prove she has addressed her alcohol problem and attend an alcohol treatment program. The judge will allow Byrne to have supervised visits and ride Boduke at the Fussell Ranch, but she cannot visit the horse intoxicated. He had no shit. A final determination of Boduke will be made once Byrne has completed the treatment.
Okay, so be honest with me.
Uh-huh.
Be honest. You would totally have that thought if a horse was with you, because you're like, you can get arrested for a DUI while driving a car. You can actually get arrested for a DUI or given a ticket for a DUI for riding a bicycle while intoxicated because it's a vehicle. So you look at the horse and you go, you're not technically a vehicle. I can't get pulled over for a DUI. I'm totally going to ride a horse into town while drunk.
Would I have that thought?
Mm-hmm.
The only way I would probably get on a horse is if I was, like, staggeringly intoxicated.
Right, I forgot about your impractical fear.
Yeah, so this story is actually for one of our fans, hi Rena, because she decided to post a GIF of a two-legged horse running rampant when we when the Facebook page decided to let everyone know there wasn't an episode last week. That was her response, because she's always upset whenever we don't have an episode out.
Right.
So, obviously she was trying to get to me, and it worked. It worked. Have you seen that thing? It was so creepy.
I did actually see that thing.
Oh my god, that thing was creepy. But anyway, so I was like, oh my god, a Florida story that involves a horse and a nickname? Yeah, this is happening.
Yeah, I just, oh man, like, I could not resist being a smartass if that were me. Like, if the cop pulled you over while you're on a horse, I would just lean over the side and be like, so, was I speeding?
like, shouldn't you be arresting him?
Yeah, you can't pull me over for swerving. The horse was swerving. Arrest him.
That's great. All right, on to the next one then.
All right.
Let's get away from animals. This one's great. Okay, can you tell me why the Florida man was upset enough to attack his girlfriend?
Because his chicken salad sandwich had tuna in it.
Florida man upset over missing cookie. Attacks girlfriend, police say.
Missing cookie. I mean, honestly, she could have just blamed Santa Claus. It's the right time of year for it.
Oh, not at the time of the story, but... a Florida man was charged with assaulting his girlfriend over who ate the last chocolate chip cookie, police say.
Well, now it's justified, because I was going to ask, it depended on what type of cookie it was.
I mean, if it was oatmeal raisin, or even worse, if she ate the last chocolate chip cookie and then put an oatmeal raisin in its place, oh, that's justifiable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, in a heartbeat.
Port St. Lucie police responded to their home on Astor Road on December 14th. Richard Anthony Hessick told police he was upset when he discovered someone ate the last chocolate chip cookie and that his girlfriend was not taking him seriously.
You're right, because that's the true crime here. She did not take his outrage seriously.
Man, she ate my cookie and she thinks I'm playing. His girlfriend said she joked with him about reviewing surveillance cameras to determine who ate the cookie.
Oh, I love her.
He doesn't deserve you.
No, not at all.
And did not want to argue, quote, over something so petty, so she offered to purchase more cookies, according to his affidavit. After she went to take a shower and he followed her into the bathroom, he felt, quote, she was blowing him off, so he ripped down the shower curtain and punched her on the left side of her face.
Wow.
Now, police say they didn't notice any swelling or bruising on the victim's face, but he was arrested and charged with battery. Could you imagine?
No. No, not at all.
You're
Actually, the
just...
thing.
Oh my god. Okay, so hold on. So you eat the last cookie, not thinking anything of it. Like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat this cookie. Your boyfriend comes home. We're assuming you're a girl. Your boyfriend comes home, or attractive man that happens to enjoy other attractive gentlemen. Your boyfriend comes home, and he's like, "What happened to the last cookie?" Oh, it's you are trying to be coy and go, "Oh, it must have fell into the trash or something. I don't know," and he just starts getting pissed. Like, someone stole his cookie. Like, all right, let's check this, because if it's you, let's be real here, or even me for that matter. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
right.
go through security surveillance and check the cameras. Let's get to the bottom of this and see who took the cookie. And he just punches a hole in the wall. You think this is
Yeah.
a game?
like I kind of got an image of like him doing that old like children's rhyme thing, like Jenny stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yeah, you bitch.
Oh my god, that's funny. All right, so um, okay, that one I have to save for last. This will be the next one. So can you tell me? This is great. Can you tell me what the Florida man did to his pregnant wife that got him arrested?
Oh man. Wow. He gave her uh unwanted contact in the form of raspberries on her belly.
Unwanted contact in the form of raspberries on her belly. No,
Yeah.
it's much worse than that.
Oh, because I mean, I from the last guy making a big deal out of not having the last cookie. Like I was thinking maybe he gave her a raspberry on her belly, and she's like, trying to charge him with like battery or something.
Florida man arrested for rigging door to electrocute pregnant wife.
Whoa, okay, that took a sharp left turn. That is some Home Alone shit. Wow.
So, a Florida man was arrested after deputies say he rigged his door in an attempt to electrocute his pregnant wife. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies responded to 110 Whitehall
Flagler.
Drive. Yeah, 110 Whitehall Drive in Palm Coast on December 26th, day after Christmas, to conduct a security check of the property after the homeowner contacted authorities about suspicious. I suck. All right, I suck.
No. I like the irony that they're using the word conduct.
It's me. It's been too long since the problem is here, folks. We haven't done a clickbait news in God so long. It seems like.
Yeah, right.
And then I torture myself by doing 5. Anyway, so they went to his house on a security check of the property after the homeowner contacted authorities about suspicious statements made by his son-in-law regarding not letting a child touch the front door of the home. Okay. When deputies arrived, they saw the front door appeared to be barricaded and there were burn marks near the door handle. A deputy kicked the door, and upon doing so, they saw a large spark. Based on observations made by the deputies on the scene, it was apparent that the suspect rigged electrical devices to the top door lock and lower door handle in an attempt to electrocute and cause serious bodily injury or even death to whomever attempted to unlock and open the front door of the residence. A
Wow.
thorough investigation, deputies found that Michael Scott Wilson, 32, rigged the door in an attempt to cause great bodily harm to his estranged wife. He also stole a firearm belonging to his wife's father from the house. A warrant was signed for his arrest, and he was located in Knoxville, Tennessee, around 12:30 p.m. on Thursday and taken into custody. He's charged with 2 counts of attempted aggravated battery on a pregnant person and 1 count of grand theft of a firearm. He is being held on a $150,000 bond and will be extradited to the Flagler County Detention Facility to face charges. Says this is one of the most bizarre domestic violence cases I've ever seen in my career, said the sheriff. Not only did this man plan to electrocute his wife, but he could have injured a deputy or any person attempting to enter his residence. Thankfully, this man was found and taken into custody before he could cause the harm he intended. Additional charges are pending. So, I just want to point out, 2 counts of attempted aggravated battery on a pregnant person and 1 count of grand theft of a firearm. Those are some Florida charges right there.
Right? And, like, that's the thing that's blowing my mind. He would take the effort to rig up something like this. Oh, and by the way, steal a gun. You already stole a gun. Just shoot her. Like,
look at this.
Like, what do you think's going to happen? Like, the coroner is going to show up and they're going to rule it as an accidental death?
So this is the rig.
Yeah, see, that is way too much effort to put into something like that.
There's still Christmas decorations hanging up.
I mean, it was the day after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the sap.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he does look like a sap.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that whole thing just screams stupid, and he does look like an older, like, haggard Macaulay Culkin, so it fits.
Yeah, he does.
It fits.
Oh man, hold on.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, and then finally, last but certainly not least, can you tell me? You know what? I want you to be as Andy as possible on this one.
Okay.
Tell me how the Florida man got paralyzed.
Oh, that one's easy. He got paralyzed when his neighbor's attack shark got out of the fence and bit him on his kidney, which naturally made his legs stop working.
You know, wait till you hear what actually happened.
Okay.
I'm not going to read the headline. I'm just going to go right into the story, okay? Mm-hmm. This is my favorite one. The daughter of a Florida man who became paralyzed after falling from a roof while chasing a monkey that had stolen his favorite Pittsburgh Steelers hat in Bali says the family is hopeful that he'll regain the use of his body.
What the hell?
He was on a roof chasing after a monkey because the monkey stole his favorite Pittsburgh Steelers hat, and he fell off the roof and became paralyzed. I don't even think I need to read anything else.
I mean, no, you don't, because the first thing, honestly, the first thing out of place here is not the idea that he ran from rooftop to rooftop to chase this monkey for this hat. It's not even the fact that he had to chase this monkey. The thing that threw me off is a Florida man is upset that he lost his Pittsburgh hat.
I mean, these things happen, right?
I guess, but man, I mean,
he's living in Bali, so he's not living in Florida anymore.
Which is so weird too. Like,
okay, a Florida man now living in Bali is paralyzed from the chest down after he fell from a roof while chasing a monkey that had stolen his favorite Pittsburgh Steelers hat, reporters say. Jeff, ready for this, Swede is his nickname, Swedenhelm. Swedenhelm? Swedenhjelm.
Yeah.
Swede.
Swedenhelm.
He was diagnosed with severe damage to his spinal cord and was briefly in a medically induced coma after falling 33 feet from the roof when the animal took off with his hat on December 18th. He's like, that's my hat. I need it. His daughter's name is Lyric.
Lyric?
Lyric Swedenhelm.
Wow. And I think it's ironic that while her name is Lyric, he dropped the beat.
And Steelers Nation is everywhere, but in Bali, it's a lot harder to come by to buy a new hat. So he wasn't going to let it go very easily. There's like Amazon, right?
Yeah, there's online services. Let the monkey take the damn hat.
The family set up a GoFundMe page to cover his medical and transportation expenses. By Tuesday,
they could have set up a GoFundMe for a new hat. It would have been cheaper.
By Tuesday, the father looked to be in good spirits, appearing in a Facebook Live video from his hospital bed. In the video, Swedenhelm's friend, Scott Wells, I kind of missed the boat on that one. You could have had a cool name, but whatever. Detailed the incident, noting that Swedenhelm is, quote, lucky to be alive. Wells said Swede first encountered the group of monkeys on the Indonesian island when he took shelter under a pavilion to get out of the rain. Once reached down and... Oh, this is a quote. One reached down and grabbed his favorite hat off his head, his favorite Steelers hat off his head, which, if you know him, he ain't gonna just give that thing up. Well said in the video. So he climbed on the roof of the pavilion, a huge pavilion. It was multiple stories. And from what he told me, he walked off the roof. From what he told me, it was multiple stories, and he walked on the roof, it says. He got up to the second floor, got up to the third floor, and he was trying to get the monkey to just drop it and run away, and that's the last memory he had.
Wow.
Swede was showed in the hospital bed laying with the famous terrible towel draped across his torso. I don't know if you're familiar with this or not, but Pittsburgh fans have a yellow towel that they call the terrible towel, and during home games and everything, fans will wave it around in the air so that you see just a wave of just yellow banners pretty much flapping around,
No, not familiar with that at all.
Yeah, it says he didn't get the hat back, Wells revealed. Damn monkeys, they took it. Villagers took Swede to the local hospital, the Associated Press reports, and he has undergone several surgeries since the incident. Along with raising more than $75,000 for his recovery, his family has also organized several pub crawls in his honor and have posted several updates on his health. Even in the days after his recovery, he was cracking jokes and encouraging those around him, according to Lyric. His spirits are still high, even though he can't move from the chest down. He laughed about that stupid monkey, she wrote in a Facebook post. On Wednesday, Wells revealed in the Facebook post that his latest surgery went well. Just... wow.
Yeah, like, what would possess you? Honestly, if an animal came down and stole something of mine, I don't even care if it was my glasses. I'd let him go.
Well, if it was your glasses, you'd have no choice but to let him go.
Oh, no, I would... You kidding me? I would probably fumble around to try to grab it.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that a monkey could take of mine that I'd be like, yeah, I had to go after that monkey. Like, I mean...
Yeah, I can't think of anything that he would take off of you either. Because, I mean, you do value your hats, but not that much.
I have 9 of them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, at one time, I always keep a steady stream of hats. Typically, it's 6, but being that it's right after the holiday season, it's 9 right now. So, yeah, there's really nothing. But, whatever. So that's clickbait news, everyone. Ending with the monkey. The monkey man? I don't know. So yeah, that's that. Like we mentioned earlier, it is now 2018, and me and Andy are quite excited for some things coming up this year.
Oh yeah.
This is in replace of the This Week in Gaming History, so it's going to be nerd based. So I'm sorry if you don't like that, but it's our podcast. We'll do what we want.
Damn right.
One, first and foremost for me, coming up pretty soon is in March. It's Ready Player One, the movie.
Yeah, I am interested in seeing that. You gotta love a movie that spends like half its budget on licenses.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes, but it looks like it's Easter egg the movie.
You know what? I actually got pretty much wind of it due to listening to Countdown to Geektown. At one point, they pretty much just said, if you have not read this book yet and you're somewhat interested in a movie, Go read this book. Like right now. Stop listening to our podcast. Go read it. And I think I mentioned on a previous podcast of our own that I did this. Because I did. I stopped listening and I got the audiobook and I listened to it and it was phenomenal. I loved every minute of it. And it just made me go back and watch the trailer more and more. The second trailer came out and now I am like full on. I cannot wait for this movie. This movie looks so good. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. So on theme with movies, what movie, not including the big one, are you looking forward to in 2018?
Damn it. Yeah. No, I really want to see Pacific Rim 2. I really do. Okay. I always liked the first one was a great movie, and I was a little worried when Guillermo del Toro wasn't attached to the sequel. But it looks like the direction they went to was the direction they needed to go. Because while the first one was kind of like tongue-in-cheek, it was like kind of serious. But yeah, it wasn't taking itself too seriously. And it had like the famous Guillermo del Toro like monster designs and the mech designs, and they were really good looking. And then this one is just like full blown like, you know, Power Rangers-esque, like just ridiculous Gundam-inspired mechs that do all these crazy things. And then of course you have the monsters that are like bigger and better. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is everything I hoped for. And the guy that's playing Idris Elba's son is so spot on, not only with the appearance and the accent. Like, I would believe that he was actually Idris Elba's son. Like, that is insane. And I hope to God they have the woman that did the computer, the AI voice for Gypsy Danger to come back for the sequel, because I love Gladys. I do. from the Portal series.
Right.
Yeah. It was a nice touch the first go around, and I hope she's still there.
Well, there's also the big one that I was referring to that Andy was not allowed to mention, because we're both kind of looking forward to it, probably just as much. That's Avengers 4. I mean, well, yeah. Avengers 3, excuse me. Avengers 3, that's right. I keep forgetting Civil War was not an Avengers movie.
Right? It's really hard to forget that.
Yeah.
Or remember that, because it's like, you know, oh, well, it's, yeah, Captain America Civil War, not Avengers Civil War. Oops.
Yeah, oops, exactly. But yeah, it's Avengers 3, obviously. Any fan of the comic book movies universe, of Marvel universe at least, certainly looking forward to this. Even more so now, Fox is now owned by Disney, so we might see some X-Men in possibly a post-credit scene.
At the very least, the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I mean, you think that's feasible at this point? Do you think they're going to like just throw together something? Do you think maybe they already filmed something just in case they were going to be able to, you know, acquire them ahead of time?
I don't know about that far ahead. If we saw anything, I think it would honestly come from the Infinity War Part 2. I think that's when they're going to start to shape it up, because they're going to need a plan after this. But I'm like, where do you go from here? Like, I know they still want to do the shared universe thing in like a Phase 4 kind of scenario, but if they already beat the big bad that is Thanos, then where do you go? And I'm thinking the only place you can go from there is that now that they have the rights to him, they could totally bring in Galactus.
They could bring in Galactus, but I don't know. I'm thinking that they kind of already have the storyboard down for Part 1 and Part 2. And I'm thinking like Thanos is just going to be ending Part 1 in the lead. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily everyone is dead, but just he's going to be winning the fight very clearly. And something is going to need to happen to trigger Part 2 to make a change.
I'm curious to see how close it is to the comics, because if they end Part 2 the way they did in the comics, I don't know how many people that's going to piss off, but it only seems right. So,
we'll see. No spoilers, right?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so that's that. In terms of video games, you know we were going to talk about this. There's a couple on my list.
Yeah, there's one on my list that's not even been announced yet.
For starters, there's one called Revan. Now, Revan has been something I've been following for the past, no lie, 4 years.
Wow.
This game there was a Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter campaign, it only won at 18 grand. It got about 33 grand, and it ended on February 22nd of 2014. Uh, Everything that has happened since then, it's just been a mess because it's been one of those typical Kickstarter tragedies where it's like, oh well, we're gonna release in like a year or two. Did we say a year or two? We meant 3. Did we say 3? Sorry guys, we're still not ready. Here, have this other game that we've been working on though. Why have you been working on another game? We don't want this. This isn't what we paid for. I say we like I actually spent money. I didn't.
Right.
It's very frustrating because it's just like this game took people that were, I believe, on the team for Super Metroid, and they made like their own video game company called it Varia Games, which is very fitting. And they're going to make like their take on the Metroid series, their take on a new Metroid game. It's very very inspired by it. And it looks phenomenal. Like it looks just like a Metroid game would look. On top of that, it also has some more open world elements to it that Metroid didn't have. For example, you can destroy the environment, so you can like dig and mine for ores and stuff like that that can like help you upgrade your weapons and stuff like that. So it looks really really neat. And it's just something I want to play so bad, but it's still not coming out yet. So I'm hoping. The last release date they announced was 2018, but before that they announced 2017. Before that they announced 2016, so on and so forth. So who knows? But I'm hoping this is the year.
Okay, interesting choice. I never legitimately saw that coming.
How about
That's
you?
it.
Well, I mean, I have others, but I figure I'd let you go on.
Oh no. So far, like I'll be fair here. As far as stuff that's actually confirmed to come out this year, that is a tough call. But I will have to say Mega Man 11.
Oh, good one.
Just because I'm such a fan of the original series, and I was so stoked when they announced that they're doing a part 11, like an honest to god actual sequel to the Mega Man games by Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's doing that new 2.5 like D art style, and everything's like hand drawn characters and stuff. Like, oh my god, I cannot wait for that game to come out.
Yeah, with you on that one.
But as far as other things go, I think that this year is going to be the year that at E3 we get a huge amount of information on the Final Fantasy VII remake. I'm calling it now.
Oh yeah, I think anyone could call that.
Yeah, and I can't wait for that. And I'm also still holding out hopes that we get officially Borderlands 3 announced this year. That's my guilty pleasure. Love that series so damn much.
I would like some information on a new Elder Scrolls game.
Don't you think it's too soon?
Do you know how long it's been since Skyrim came out? Like, I'm not counting the MMO, I'm not counting the card game, I'm counting the original single-player open-world series. And Skyrim came out in 2011.
Oh, well, fair. I don't know how much Bethesda is working on projects, because like I know they're working on a new IP that they haven't even announced yet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's that, and they've been saying that they're working on the Elder Scrolls 6. Like that is definitely something in development.
Maybe the concept designers, like the art is being developed, and maybe like storyboards and stuff. But
right, I don't need like a trailer or anything like that. Just something saying, give me a name, give me the name of the next Elder Scrolls game, and maybe just saying, hey, we're doing this, here it is, just because the names are always, what they're based on. Skyrim was based on Skyrim, Oblivion was based on that dimension, that realm, the realm of Oblivion, and then Morrowind was based on Morrowind. You know what I mean? So give us the name, and we can go from there with what we could think the lore is going to be and all that. That could be cool. That's all I really want from them. Other than that, there's one other game that I'm very much looking forward to, and actually has a release date. At least I think it does. No, it doesn't. It is 2018. Okay, I can say that much for a fact. I thought for some reason it was like first quarter of 2018, but anyway, it's called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Do you know anything about
I've
this?
heard of this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's for those that don't know and are still listening.
Right.
It's a spiritual successor to the Castlevania series. And I cannot wait for this game either because it's just another one of those games that I very much like. The whole Metroidvania style game is something that I am in love with. So the fact that a Metroid-inspired game and a Castlevania-inspired game could be coming this year, I'm pretty excited about
it. A literal Metroidvania game.
Yeah, both of them. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking forward to this year. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure there'll be some last minute surprises in both movies and video games coming out this year.
Oh my God, Deadpool 2.
Oh right, shit.
Deadpool 2 and Venom also.
Yeah, how can I forget about that? Yeah. Huh. Also, I recommend that you look up a trailer for a movie called Truth or Dare.
All right.
It's a horror movie done by the same people that did Get Out.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't watch serious movies, man. I don't. I watch comic book movies and I watch comedies. That's it. That's pretty much it. Occasionally I'll watch something.
Yeah, you'll laugh at it.
All right, well, if I laugh at it, then we'll see. There's one other thing I want to mention before we go into the next segment, though, and that is this week, this Sunday. Yeah, this Sunday, actually, is the beginning of Awesome Games Done Quick 2018, AGDQ.
Oh, man, already?
Yeah. In case you haven't followed on our last episodes where we covered this kind of stuff, basically Awesome Games Done Quick is a week-long marathon of video gamers from all around the world meeting in a conference area to speedrun video games. What speedrunning is just finishing a game as fast as possible, trying to get a world record in, times and all that. But the reason they do it is they all gather to do it for charity, and there's one in January and there's one in June. I think it's June. I'm pretty sure it's either June or July.
No, it's June.
Yeah. So the January one, this one, is done for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And I believe last year they raised $4 million for it. So it is an insanely helpful charity event that happens, and it's a lot of fun to watch. You can find it on twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. It has no benefit to us sending you there, but, it's something cool. So if you get a chance and you're interested in it at all, even in the slightest bit, go check it out. It's a lot of fun to watch. Anyway, so with all that out of the way, we need to get into one of the final weeks of football.
Yeah, there's not 16 games this time either.
There's not 16 games, you are correct. There is, in fact, only 4. And on top of that, there was also something that happened since the last episode that we did that I just wanted to touch on for a brief moment here. Somebody's a champion amongst us.
And you'd be surprised to find out it ain't me.
It's not Andy. Oh, God. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. I now know what that song's about. And you know what the worst part about it is? I would have liked to see, of course, I'm talking about the fantasy football tournament that Countdown to Geektown put together. And we're so gracious to invite someone like myself and I guess Andy to play in. And poor Eric has never won one of his own tournaments, from what I understand. And Jesse has been really rubbing in the fact that he has won one and Eric has not. So this one's for you, Jesse. Now I got a trophy. And no kidding, they actually sent me an honest-to-goodness awesome ceramic mug with a holographic picture of a football on there and a plate that actually says 2017 Gridiron Champ. That's the name of the league, Gridiron. And it has my name on it. And I just think it's the coolest thing in the world. Well, I should say Eric sent it to me, not they. Jesse's, Jesse's not happy about the fact that he can't beat the side splitters in fantasy football. Uh,
Better luck never.
He lost to us every time he played us. And then I had to play him in the playoffs and I beat him again. It's funny. Anyway, so I just want to touch on that. So without further ado, let's get right into the football picks. But I want to do a special one before we start. Any predictions on the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
who's in it, right? I should tell you that first.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, so we have NFL playoffs. Okay, so we have the Tennessee Titans, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Atlanta Falcons. Or hold on, let's do it this way. These are the AFC teams. Okay, so one of these teams will make it to the Super Bowl. All right?
KFC teams, gotcha.
Right. The Tennessee Titans, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the New England Patriots, or the Pittsburgh Steelers. Which of those six will make it to the Super Bowl? One. Which one of those six?
Patriots is the tried and true team. I mean, if I were to pick anything to go to the Super Bowl, it would probably be the Patriots.
Oh, God damn it. All right, so the Patriots. That is the AFC team, or as you call it, the KFC team.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have the Atlanta Falcons, the Los Angeles Rams, the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Minnesota Vikings. Of those six teams, who's going to go to the Super Bowl?
Out of all those teams, the ones that impressed me the most this year, and I believe me, I hate to say it.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
I hate to say it. It's got to be the Eagles.
I'm telling you right now not to say it because they have lost like their past two games because their quarterback got hurt and he's not coming back for the rest of the year.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. They'll be lucky if they even win their first game. I don't think they're going
man. Okay, so fine. The universe writes itself. Thank God.
Right, exactly. And I hate to do this, but my God, have I been enjoying watching Eagles fans lately. Because they're all just like, I mean, why wouldn't this happen, right? Like, of course it would happen. We were looking so good. It was so great for us. Why wouldn't this happen? Like, they're so angry.
If that's the case, then my second pick is the Rams.
Rams. Okay, that's a great pick. Okay, my prediction is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to win. Of the Rams and the Patriots, who do you think will win the Super Bowl?
I think it's actually going to be the Rams this year.
Okay. So, Rams to win, and I got Vikings to win. And we're going to play Andy and Lyle. Okay, so that is our Super Bowl predictions. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to update that or anything. We're just going to let it ride out. If it happens,
yeah, let it ride.
That's it. Super Bowl picks. Okay, now on to the first round of the playoffs. Just open up Notepad here again. And the first game is going to be the Tennessee Titans at the Kansas City Chiefs. I am taking... Oh, boy. I'm going to take the Titans on this one. What do you got?
Titans against the Chiefs. One of the things that the Chiefs have going for them is the idea that, they're very authoritative, people listen to them, and they have just very good leadership. If the people that they're trying to invoke that leadership rights could actually hear them, but Titans are so tall that there's no way the sound can carry to their ears, so they're not going to be very impressed with them. If anything else, they might actually just step on them by accident. So I think the Titans are going to win that one.
Titans, okay. It's a very well thought out way of thinking it. As always, Sandy, very, very impressive. And of course, I'm buying myself time because the next game is the Atlanta Falcons at the Los Angeles Rams, and I have no idea who's going to win this game. I'm going to say you're picking the Rams. I'd love to hear your reason behind it, though.
Oh, well, that's actually, it's funny because I was thinking that, man, I hope it's not a bird team that has to go up against the Rams because it's going to be hard to justify it. But to be fair, because the Rams are the home team, they know their bluffs like the back of their hooves. So, the aerial advantage is kind of like moot at this point, just because of how well they can climb the mountainside. So instead of having to go through the trees, the birds have to come to the mountain, and in that regard, the Rams are going to have the advantage. So the Rams.
I'm gonna actually take the Rams too on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's God. All right.
You all right over there?
It's going to be weird to explain to you, but I'll try. If the Falcons win that game, they're going to play the Eagles. And if the Rams win that game, they're going to play the Vikings next. As much as I'd like to see the Falcons take out the Eagles, I don't think it matters who plays the Eagles. They're gonna beat them. So I really would rather see the Rams and Vikings because that would be a very good game to watch. So I'm taking the Rams.
Okay.
Next up we have like you care. Next up we have the Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Obviously, I'm taking the Jaguars. Who do you got?
I don't know, man. Like, Buffalo Bill is a very, well-known cowboy in his own right. And while Jaguars are normally the natural enemy of the cowboy, this is a supernatural cowboy, one that can command the elements. I don't think a regular Jaguar is going to be able to stand up to, a cowboy that not only has 6 shooters, but tornadoes at his beck and call. So I'm going to say the Buffalo Bills on that one.
And it's funny that you say that, too, because this is kind of like a throwaway game. A lot of people are expecting the Jaguars to win this game. Bills kind of got into the playoffs by the skin of their teeth. Their main player on the team is injured or out for some reason. I don't know why. LaShawn McCoy. He's not playing, so it's very stacked against them until Andy said they're going to win. Because now that changes everything, and it would not surprise me if the Bills win it. But the last game for this week would be the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. I am going Saints. Who do you have?
Yeah, I think the Panthers are actually pretty good on the offense, just because they kind of use their natural camouflage and ability to blend in to their advantage. But I don't know, man. Going against the Saints, like, I think they have their area pretty well defended, especially since they spend most of their time indoors. So, it's really hard for a Panther to creep in through like a window or something. Like, they're not like a literal cat burglar. I'm going to give that one to the Saints as well.
Okay, that makes us split on one game, which out of 4 isn't bad. That's 25% of them. So I kind of want to keep score throughout the whole playoffs and see who comes out victorious.
Yeah, all right. I'm down for that.
So we'll see what happens. And remind me next week when I forget that we're supposed to be keeping score.
Okay.
And if we happen to miss a week, I will be sure to get Andy's picks somehow via text message, whatever. And we'll keep everyone updated on that just so we can make sure we keep the scores going accurately.
Okay.
Fair enough? Okay.
Fair enough.
But that is the episode. The only thing we have left to do is to name the episode, and I have 2.
Oh, all right. What do you got?
I have Home Alone 5.
Okay.
And I have Put That Cookie Down.
I kind of like Put That Cookie Down.
I thought you would. That's why I saved it for last.
Or Cookie Mobster.
He really wasn't much of a mobster. He just kind of smacked someone for taking
a
cookie.
No, it was just very, very violent about it.
Yeah. I'll put an exclamation point at it.
Yeah, no, it needs an exclamation point.
Okay.
Put the cookie down!
And what episode number are we on here? Is it 62?
62, yeah, because the Christmas was 61, so yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. Well, that will do it for episode number 62 of the Side Splitters. Yeah, I did it all wrong. Let's do it again. That'll do it for this week's edition of the Side Splitters, episode number 62. Put that cookie down! Exclamation point. My name is Lyle.
My name is Andy.
And we will see you next week.
Unless you take my cookie! Bye!